So about a week into Black Ops Cold War's lifecycle, I did make a video very similar to this, where I talked about different camo challenges in Black Ops Cold War that I didn't actually like, and that I felt that should be changed, and I don't really feel like I covered everything that I wanted to in that video. It was only a week in, so I did kind of just rush it out. I feel like now is a good time to talk about the camo challenges that need to be changed in Black Ops Cold War. Now, we're going to be talking about the bigger camo challenges that, really desperately need to be changed and Treyarch need to look at as soon as possible. We do also have some ones that are very, small and, they have some small issues too. But this is just going to be a very nitpicky video about the camo challenges. So, if you want to go down to the comments and say you're just nitpicking or whatever, that's the point of this video. But just before we do get into this video, if you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe to the channel. I do basically upload Cold War videos every single day. I'm trying to keep more true to that now that XP has ended. And I'm going to be dedicating more time to making videos. And they're going to be very similar to this, maybe some discussion videos, easy gold gun guides, tips and tricks. Or just some commentary videos like the one yesterday. I had a lot of fun making that. So if you want to see Cold War videos from myself, then subscribe to the channel. Without wasting any more time, let's just hop right into it, and we're going to talk about the #1 camo challenge that I think is the worst one. I think a lot of people would also agree with this. Taking cover kills. I don't know what they were thinking about this, but I'm just going to talk about why I don't like it now and how they could change it. So, the main thing with this camo challenge is that you have no control over it. You can't really go for taking cover kills like you can headshots or long shots. You have no control over it, and it is purely based on luck because it's reliant on what the enemy team do and how they play. So if you have an enemy team who like to rush with SMGs, they're not really going to be head glitching as much as people who like to, I don't know, sit back in cover and use tactical rifles. And that's the problem with it, is it's very reliant on the enemy team. And that's why people don't like it, because you can't really go for them. It's just based on whether you've got people who like to take cover or not, really. And another issue about it as well is that it's really inconsistent. Like, what counts as a taking cover kills? Nobody really knows at this point. I mean, people have been saying, I've heard different things of people saying, like, the whole of the legs need to be covered, a part of the torso need to be covered, you need to not be able to see their arms or whatever, they need to be looking at you and shooting at you, you can't be near cover, they need to be close to cover. It just doesn't make sense. I don't really, there's a definitive answer for what counts as a taking cover kill. But I've had kills in the past where I feel like they're taking cover from me, they're on a head glitch, all I can see is their head and they're shooting at me, we're in a gunfight, I look and it doesn't count. So I don't know what counts as a taking cover kill. It's not very clear and they haven't really spoke about it. So it's just really annoying because, like I said, you can shoot at someone who, you can just see their head, but for some reason it won't count. And at other times, maybe their foot is covered by, like, I don't know, a chair or something, and they're looking the opposite direction to you and it counts. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, I feel like I do have some good solutions on how they can change this. So the first solution is to make it so you have to take cover instead of the enemy having to take cover. So it could be like shoot and kill 50 enemies while taking cover instead of shoot and kill 50 enemies that are taking cover from you. And the way this can work is maybe you need to be I don't know, 4 meters away from a piece of cover, and the enemy you're shooting has to be beyond that cover. You can't just like hug a wall and look to your left and shoot somebody. They need to be beyond the cover that you are taking, and I think this makes a lot more sense because you have control over it instead of it being based on luck. And this is more so if they want to be, I suppose, lazy and just stick to the taking cover kills. But another thing that I have as well is replace it with no attachment kills. Now, this I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about a little bit later as well. But I think it's really weird that we don't have any like challenges in this game to do with attachments. We've always had that. Like I said, we'll talk about that a little bit later. I feel like it'd be better to have like 50 or 75 no attachment kills this late on, because obviously the science category is the taking cover kills. Modern Warfare did it as well, where they had like 50 no attachment kills right towards the end. And it does make sense because it's not right at the start where, you've just got the gun, you've got no attachments for it, you'll just be getting the progression. It's towards the end where you'll have all the attachments and then you have to go back to no attachments. It just makes so much sense. It's a very easy challenge, but it's one, it's right towards the end and you need to kind of take a couple steps backwards to actually complete it. So I think this is definitely one that Treyarch needs to look at, taking cover kills. Oh my god, they make me suicidal. I'm not going to lie to you. Taking cover kills they're just so bad. So the next big thing with these camo challenges that needs to be changed is the point blank kills. Now, a lot of people would say a lot of different things, but I think there's two main issues with the point blank kills, sorry. The first one is that you have to be way too close. What counts as a point blank kill is you literally need to be touching them. And I suppose, yeah, the definition of point blank is literally that close. But, I mean, come on, this is a Call of Duty game. Give us some more leniency, you know what I mean? I feel like it should be, I don't know, like 4 or 5 meters, I suppose, a point blank kill. I'm not really sure what it is now. But whatever it is now, it needs to be extended a little bit to be a little more lenient. And the second thing is that it's too many, especially in the state that it is now where it's as difficult as it is. But even if they did make it easier, I think it needs to be reduced to 50 kills instead of 75. Because this is one of the final challenges that you unlock. It's the science category, once again. Probably the most cancerous category in camo history. And the problem with it is that it's not like no attachment kills where it's like, it's piss easy, it's passive, so you only have 50 of them. This is a really difficult one. And especially at the moment, even so, it would still be quite difficult to do. So if it should be less towards the end of the camo grind, if you know what I mean, to make it a little less cancerous. It's still a challenge to get 50 point blank kills, but it's just a nice challenge. It's not, it just takes the fun out of the challenge when you have 75 to do in its current state. There's no real point in me just sitting here ranting about it and saying what's wrong with it, because I'm sure Treyarch can know by now. So let's offer up some solutions, shall we? So the first one is quite obvious: increase the range on what it counts to be. So I don't know, whatever it is now, whether it's like 2 or 3 meters or whatever, increase it a little bit, make it a little more lenient. You know what I mean? Because lots of people have been crying about this and saying that it's really hard, and they are right. It is very difficult. That's why I made a whole video talking about how to get easy point blank kills. So they need to make it easier to get, and they need to reduce the amount of kills to 50. I did just talk about this. I know I did talk about as well the no attachment kills being 50. I suppose that should be 75 or even 100 because they are quite easy. But I think for a camo this, you know, towards late of the gun, you know, it's like the second to last category you actually unlock. It should only be 50 when, you know, the difficulty and amount you need to do needs to kind of balance each other out. And at the moment they just don't, because they're difficult and they're really hard, and they're towards the end. So you can't make progress towards it while doing other things. It's like the final thing you need to do. So it always ends up coming back to the point blank kills, if you know what I mean. Next up, we have the Sigma. Actually, no, let's talk about launchers in general instead of just the Sigma. But this is mainly to do with the Sigma. We'll also talk a little bit about the RPG. Now, I'm going to sum this up in one sentence. Why are streak-related camos for the RPG halved, but the kill-related camos for the Sigma are the same as the RPG? Now, the reason I say this is because the RPG is built for killing people, you know. It's not built for shooting down streaks like the Sigma is, so it makes sense for it to have more kill challenges, like, say, actual kills, or bloodthirsties, or I suppose 3 kill streaks, or, you know, double kills, than the Sigma, which it just doesn't. However, for the Sigma, you need to get more ground streaks, and more aerial streaks, and more destroys for the Sigma than you do the RPG. So it's just counterintuitive, really, because they tune the challenges around the Sigma, so you have to get more destructions for the Sigma, but they just forgot to do the other half of it, i.e. reduce the amount of kills you need to get for the Sigma, and also increase the amount of destructions, if you see what I mean. So you need to get more destructions with the Sigma, but the same amount of kills than the RPG. It's just baffling to me. Like, I feel like they just genuinely forgot that they need to reduce the amount of kills, or they thought, oh, well, the Sigma doesn't require a lock-on to shoot it, therefore we can also get kills with it, therefore we'll keep it the same. And that's dumb, because the Sigma is shit. It's built for shooting down streaks. Yes, you can shoot people with it, but it's not built for that. And it should be reduced. Like, it should only be 10 3-kill streaks. Should only be like 15 double kills. And I suppose the kills you can forget, because it is, you know, the first challenge you get. But even so, it's just stupid to me. It's not like it can shoot down streaks and kill people the same as the RPG. It's awful. It can't even kill people, especially how OP Flakjack is in the moment as well. But whatever, we're going to move on from the Sigma and RPG now. So those are all the main issues that I have with the camo challenges. Now, we do have some more to talk about here. Those 3 that I talked about just, or, 3 sort of sections, those are the main ones. Those are the ones that need to be changed. Treyarch need to look at them and sort them out. These ones that we're going to talk about here, however, these are ones, like, these are the actual nitpicks. These are the ones, like, it'd be nice if they changed them. It's like quality of life. It'd be nice if they changed them, made it a little easier, less aids. But if they didn't change it, then it'd be like, yeah, fine, I suppose I'll do it. But anyway, we're going to talk about them now. Why the fuck do you need long shot kills and taking cover kills to the Thumper or the M79? I mean, the long shot distance is the same as assault rifles and tactical rifles. And at the same time, you need the same amount as SMGs, which are bullet-firing weapons. But the grenade launcher, nah, the same amount as the SMGs, that's fine. 25 would have been alright, I suppose. I feel a long shot shouldn't even be a thing for the Thumper, but whatever. I mean, if it was 25, I wouldn't be complaining. But, well, I would, because it's 41 plus meters for a long shot, which is the same as assault rifles and tac rifles, which is really dumb. And also taking cover kills. If you thought that taking cover kills could be more inconsistent with assault rifles and tactical rifles, then you were proven right, because the Thumper exists. You need to get taking cover kills with them. I don't understand that. Taking cover kills with the Thumper, I mean, you can't really do no attachment kills with it. I suppose you could do like hip fire kills. I don't think you can actually fire from the hip now I think about it. Just change your taking cover kills, please. Just make it anything but taking cover kills. Let's forget they ever existed. Now, another thing that I'd like to talk about is the absence of no attachment or even 5+ attachment kills. Like, these were a staple of camo challenges since Black Ops 2, or what was I think that was the game that really solidified camo progression. We always had no attachment kills, 5 attachment kills. And in Black Ops 3, we had like 5 attachments and an optic and all these different things. However, in this game, they just like forgot about it, I suppose. I don't really know. See, the problem is that they tried to innovate and make a new challenge to replace the old, which worked perfectly fine. The problem is they didn't replace the old challenge with an equally good or easy or enjoyable challenge. They made it really consistent, they made it really difficult and not fun to do. So they need to just make it no attachment kills, or even like, I don't know, 5 or more attachment kills, because we do have the gunfighter calling card, or wild card, sorry, where you can have 8 attachments. So if you make it 5 or more attachments, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know why they don't do that, but it'd be nice if they did that instead of, just forgetting they existed. Another thing as well is hipfire kills. Where are the hipfire kills? I mean, I'd have thought at least like shotguns or SMGs would have had some hipfire kills. And I will like take this moment to talk about, yeah, I do understand it's not like Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare had 10 different categories, so you can have 10 different challenges, and this game does have 7. Fair enough, I'll give you that. But even so, it's just like they make new challenges, but they just don't make them as good or logical as the old ones. So I feel like in some areas they need to just go back to the originals, to be honest. But yeah, finally, I'm going to talk about this real quick. This is a really small nitpick. Why didn't they take double kills to certain classes or weapons? Like, you can see they did that for long shots. Like, assault rifles need 50, I think, and pistols need 25. Assault rifles need 75 detected kills, pistols need 25. The Sigma and the RPG require 3 kills without dying. Everything else requires 5 kills without dying, pretty much everything anyway. And why didn't they tell you the double kills? I mean, you need the same amount of double kills with the M16 or the AUG than you do with a rocket launcher or a knife. Like, why didn't they tailor the double kills? It's just like they had one more challenge. They were like, just make it double kills. Just put it on everything. We've got a deadline to meet here, folks. I mean, that's what it feels like. They just kind of put in the 25 double kills and just moved on, to be honest. So I think that's just dumb. They need to make, I suppose, like the knife and the launcher like 10 or 15 double kills. Keep the assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns on 25. But the ones that are harder to get double kills with, like RPGs, just reduce it, please. Just spare us the mental like strain. I want to go for camo challenges, but I don't want to die mentally. But anyway, we're about done here. So that's everything that I have to talk about today about the camo challenges that need to be changed. Now, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree? I'm sure a lot of people would agree with this, but if not, let me know why down in the comments. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and also subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.